Welcome, everybody, to another Book of the Month. We are joined with a special guest, Dawson from the McCook Chamber of Commerce.
It's a great honor to be here and to have a great Book of the Month, and I'm looking forward to chatting about it a little bit. Our Book of the Month is a Wall Street Journal bestseller by Donald Miller, Building a StoryBrand. One of the few books I've reread multiple times that is more than just a leisure book. It's more professional development, and really, it just has some amazing lessons and a lot of stuff that I take away and try and implement every day. Some days I implement more, some days less. But it is truly a great guide to running a business, putting together a business, and connecting with customers.
And surprisingly, it's an easy read.
You
can read it 3 times, and not feel like you've read it.
Exactly, and you pick up something new every time, and it's phenomenal. I love it. It's one of my favorite books.
Yeah, I know I've read actually some of Donald Miller's novels, and before I read this one, and he is such a good storyteller, and it goes into the whole premise of the book, building a story brand. And then with it, he kind of has a certain framework that he does. Keith, you want to go into that?
Yeah, he calls it the StoryBrand 7. He's got, basically starts with a character, and that character has a problem, and then they come to a guide, and that guide gives them a plan to solve that problem. They call them to action and to take care of the problem, and usually it'll help them avoid failure and it'll end in a success. So the StoryBrand 7 framework is really good to get your message across to people who are looking for either your product or your service or whatever it may be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really built off of the hero's tale. That framework that most movies uses Star Wars a lot, which, is a big one in my life.
He talks about in the book where when he goes to the movie in the first 5 minutes, he's like, this person's going to die. This person's going to leave the movie. Just from the way it begins and the way that the character comes in, the guy comes in that early stage of the movie, that you can already tell. But a character can be anything, and it's not us. We are here to help. We are the guys, both these guys from Honor Bound and myself with the Chamber, that, we're here to help you and other potential people in the community. And if you've got a problem, that's where we as a guide come in to help. And it's just, you'd be surprised what we can help with.
And I think it all goes back to the clarity aspect, as business people, we get so stuck in the weeds with what we do and what's in front of us. We really kind of forget what problems we're solving. Like yesterday, we were working on, we challenged ourselves to doing a one-liner just to be able to make things clear with what we do. And we do just so many things. It was harder than we thought. And we're still not there. We're probably going to have several revisions. But to have that clarity right at the very beginning, particularly in a movie, where, if you don't get that clarity real quick, you've lost your audience, and in the case of business, you lose the customer's attention.
And it could be hard because you're so passionate about it. Like you said, it's so hard to figure out that one-liner when you guys do so much and you're so passionate about all of it. And just, going back to how do you connect with the customer? How do you keep the customer engaged and the character engaged?
Yeah, because they already know we're in love with ourselves, right?
Yeah, and he really talks about in the book, a lot of businesses make the mistake where they view themselves as the hero. They are in love with who they are, what they do, the way their logos look, the pretty things, their nice offices. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it's the customer is the hero.
That's right. Nobody cares about us.
Yeah, they're purchasing something.
That's all right.
Yeah, they're purchasing something because they're on their own journey. And we're there to guide them through that journey, and so if our product is the plan, and then they come to us, we got to call them to action. Keith, you want to go in on that?
Yeah. So many times it seems like you forget to ask for the sale. And the call to action is what Miller is talking about in the book is if you have a product, you want to tell people, hey, this is what's going to solve your problem. You get this, and this is going to help you. On your journey, you're not going to fail. This is what you need to succeed, whether it's business or whether it's just a product that you're buying. So the plan, is you give them the plan, and then you tell them, hey, this is what's going to solve your problem. This is the call to action. This is what you need, and
how to do it.
How to do it. And you as the guide, the plan, and you want them to take advantage of it. That's the call to action that Miller really speaks
Yeah,
about.
your whole process might have multiple calls to action.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are transitional, like when we do like a discovery, our call, we have a different call to action than at the end of it where we ask for the contract. So that everybody has their own way of doing their business, but that's how ours works.
And I know it doesn't have to be here's what I do, yes or no. I mean, it can be developing the plan where, you have white papers say, we've done this for a customer, we've done this for a client. I mean, it's very situational. I mean, it's not a cookie cutter. I mean, treating everyone as an individual client, customer, character along a path.
Well, it's like the EDC puts out a whole bunch of pages on their website that talk about the opportunities that are here in McCook.
Mm-hmm.
And, their call to action is at the very bottom. It's very understated with like call, email.
And I'll be honest, that's where
I
I've tried to focus a lot on is, showing that value proposition and having those calls to action that that I'm here to help, and putting that out there that let us help you, and not just a call at the bottom, that we're here to engage you in this, we're here to help you with this, and you guys are phenomenal at that as well, where you're building out, we do this, let us help you. I mean, that's what we're here to do.
Yeah.
We're here to be guides.
Yeah, and that really leads us to the next step of avoiding failure, and that's something that you help a ton with because you have all of the community, the resources, and making sure that they are a success. Show them all the benefits they get, but also kind of show what happens if you don't do it.
Yeah, and it goes back to that staying engaged and staying on them and staying on the path, that you avoid those potholes or you avoid those detours, and that you're able to continue to stay on track to be successful, to blow up the Death Star at the end of Star Wars and to live a better life.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then by ending in a success, we always have the little motto here, always hit a home run. Whenever the job we do, we hit that home run. We don't want to bunt it. We don't want to do a foul ball. Every swing we do is a home run, and that's the success of it. It's pretty great.
Sure is.
Keith, you kind of want to go into some of the key takeaways you personally got from the book?
Yeah, I like the call to action probably the most. Like, he talks about a lot of websites. You see it anytime you're shopping, buy now, or, click here. Those calls to action that really get people moving, taking that next step in their journey. And so I thought that was one of the neater things about the book that I really liked. He just, you want people to buy your product. So you ask for the sale, and it's a genius idea that people should start taking advantage of.
Mm-hmm. Greg, what about you?
Don't talk too much about yourself. That was really the big one for me. We started looking at our website because we are reading other books that and going over materials.
Well, and the end of this book does talk about your website, your one-liner. And all
exactly. And then we, looked at our website and went, holy crap, I just got so much verbiage that nobody's ever going to read, because all they want is to be that character. Are you this character? This is what can be done to solve your problem.
Mm-hmm. Dawson?
I'd say for me, it's the clarity. It's knowing that you are burning calories trying to understand things, which if you look at me, I don't think a whole lot because I need to do a better job about burning calories. But, keeping it simple, keeping it concise. I told these guys before we went live that I paid for Grammarly, and it's always popping up with suggestions on improving clarity to make it easier to understand and to take less time and less energy to get your message across. I think that was my key takeaway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was one quote from the book, and I ended up printing it out and putting it throughout the office. And it says, "The day a business stops losing sleep over the success of itself and starts losing sleep over the success of its customers is the day a business can start growing." Mm-hmm. And it's so easy to be internal. Think about all the stuff you have to do, the money that you've got to make, what you made, lost, how that person treated you, how you look, what you got to buy. But at the end of the day, it's all about the success of the customer.
Yeah, if you take care of them, then all the rest of it all falls into place.
Yeah.
With a little bit of thought and muscle.
A lot of thought. And like you were saying before, it takes quite a bit of work to make a message clear, to make it simple, but it's really worth doing.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Hope this benefits somebody.
Yeah,
out there. Absolutely.
Yeah, we definitely recommend checking it out. And thank you so much for watching the video and joining us today. If you're interested in joining the McCook Chamber of Commerce, you're a business owner in this region, please reach out to Dawson. They have some incredible programs, and I love talking to him, as much as possible. He's a busy man, but he always makes time. And then if you're ever interested in some IT work, we do work from residential people, small businesses to larger companies, providing just the ability to really alleviate a lot of the pressures that technology comes with.
Sure.
So once again, thank you so much. Join us next month for the next book of the month, and connect with us on social media. You can get a heads up on what books we're going to be reading, so you can be prepared and read along with us, or look at the back catalog of all the videos that we've done previously and get some good tips and tricks and lots of fun stuff.
Absolutely.